Guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Ginger Spice. Just kidding. Welcome back to Life of Lala, guys. But aren't you loving the ginger hair? Today I have a very exciting video for you. Well, let's talk about the word exciting, because it's not as exciting as makeup and it's not as exciting as fragrances, but it is way more necessary. I don't see a lot of YouTubers talking about this. I'm trying to talk about how I can get you the best credit, how you can achieve getting phenomenal credit on your own without having to pay someone. Credit gets you everything that you want, girl. It gets you credit cards to have in case of an emergency. It gets you nice cars. It gets you a house. It gets you an apartment. I want all of my girls to have amazing credit, and I'm going to tell you how I did it. When I started my credit journey at like 18 years old, I had zero credit. What is that? I think like 550 or something. I am almost at an 800 credit score now. I have excellent credit. It wasn't an overnight process, but you can do it yourself, and I'm going to tell you how. 7 tips on how to improve your credit. If you like videos like this, then make sure you subscribe down below, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I have a lot more fun content coming for you. All right, guys, let's get into the video. Okay, tip number 1, and this is mainly for my girls and guys who have zero credit. You're looking to try to get a credit card, you're applying everywhere, hoping that someone will trust you, and it's just not happening. I understand how frustrating how that can be. I was there. What I ended up doing was actually getting a secured card through Capital One. A lot of other companies have secured cards. So basically, for my people who don't know, a secured card is basically a card where you put a deposit down. So let's say that you put $200 down, they give you a $200 credit limit. Eventually it starts to increase. So let's say you put the 200 and then they see that you're paying responsibly, they'll increase it to 300, 400, 500. It's just basically a little bit of security that you will be able to pay this card, and if you don't, they have some money to fall back on versus having to just blindly trust you. This is where I started, guys. I was actually looking into becoming an authorized user. I know a lot of people feel like that is the way. So an authorized user is basically like, let's say your mom or dad has a credit card. They can put you as an authorized user and give you your own card, and you would be able to spend on their line, if that makes sense. So for a lot of people who have great, parents with great credit, this is a nice choice. The thing with authorized users that people don't realize a lot is they don't actually report the authorized user to the credit bureaus. So it's still not showing up as a credit card for you, and if you still apply for other cards, it's still not going to work. So your best bet if you have no credit is to get a secured card. That way, if you spend responsibly, they'll start being able to trust you too. So once you are trusted with a credit card or a secured card or whatever route you decide to go, you need to spend responsibly. This means if you have a $300 credit limit, you are not supposed to spend that entire $300. You need to keep your credit utilization. What this basically is the amount that you spend out of the amount that they give you. You need to keep this under 30%. So if you have a credit card that's for $100, you need to spend no more than $30 on that. Because if your credit card utilization is too high, they're thinking, oh, okay, well, I trusted you with $300 and you have to spend the entire thing? You don't have any money coming in? That's how the credit card companies think. Keep your credit utilization very low and make sure that you're spending responsibly, because you want to be able to have them look into your account and say, oh, okay, she's doing well, we can trust her with more money, and then your credit limit will increase, which will help your credit. Every time your credit limit increases, they report that to the credit bureau, which can in turn help your credit rise. Okay, next up, I want to talk to you about paying more than the minimum monthly payment. So you're looking at your credit card, your bill has came up due, it's saying that you need to pay a minimum on the 15th of $25. You pay exactly $25. Once again, the credit card companies are looking at this and they're like, she's not really she's not really caring about paying off this card. Like, this card isn't her priority. Why should we trust her with an additional funds, or even trust her with giving her an additional card? They won't. You need to pay more than the minimum. If your minimum is $25, try to put in at least $50. Try to pay a little bit more each month, so that way you're able to, 1, pay your card off like a lot quicker, and 2, you will also look better in the eyes of the major credit card company that you're with. Once again, this also looks really good whenever they report this to the credit bureaus. So when they report this, this will help increase your points by a couple. And just keep in mind, guys, a couple of point increase eventually adds up to a lot of point increase. So if you're only seeing your score going up 2-3 points at a time, over time, that accumulates. It really does. Tip number 4. So once you get your credit up and rolling, you're starting to have your secured card, and then you also have unsecured cards where they're just trusting you with money. Now you know how to spend responsibly. It's time to advance to the next step. This is looking into having cards with 0 interest. So when I say 0 interest, I mean like some credit card companies will say, you know, for the first 1 or 2 years, we will give you 0 interest on all purchases. This is amazing. This is super freaking amazing. You need to take advantage of these cards with 0 interest. Do your research first. Do your research. Read online into these cards. They have a lot of websites where people review cards and let you know like if it's worth it. Research first. But definitely look into these 0 interest cards, because that way you're able to save way more money. If you're paying 0 interest versus the cards that were charging you 20-25% interest, you're saving a lot of money at the end of the year. So just keep that in mind, and then also keep in mind the date they're going to start charging you interest. So if they're like, oh, 2 years, no interest, but on June 28th of 2022, you're going to start paying interest. Keep that in mind. And last but certainly not least, I want you to learn everything that comprises your credit report. So it's so many things that go into determining this score that you see. So this could be like the credit card utilization. This could be, once again, the length of time that you had your credit card. It's also the length of time you opened your first credit card. It's just so many factors that go into this one little score. It's also if you have any collections, if you have any negative balances. You need to really just look in depth at everything that affects it and look at your credit score and see any areas that you can improve. So if you have like a negative account on there, maybe you can try to pay that off so it doesn't affect your score any. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little different, but I wanted to be real with y'all. I want y'all to work on the things that I am working on. I want us all to have self-improvement, and I want us all to be baddies with good bank accounts and bomb credit. You feel me? So if you like videos like this, then make sure you go ahead and subscribe below. Give me a thumbs up. I'm going to have a lot more exciting videos coming for you soon. Alright guys, see you later.